So we'll discuss conic section from the course enrichment. So before going to the PDF, let's watch a small 3D animation from the conic section.
Okay.
I think 3 minutes length. I hope you are able to see my screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Conic sections.
Can you hear the audio?
In this module,
Yeah.
conic sections. In this module, you will learn about conic sections. When a straight line intersects a vertical line at a fixed point and rotates about that fixed point, the surface obtained is called a double right circular cone. A double right circular cone consists of two cones joined at a fixed point called the vertex. The line that rotates about the vertex is called the generator.
I'll pass it in the middle. Please note it down if you want.
Okay.
Just draw a rough cone diagram. Mark this as vertex.
Is called the
And this line is generator.
Okay, so
This orange dot is vertex. And this line is generator.
generator, and the line that remains fixed is called the axis. A right circular cone has a circular base, and its axis is always perpendicular line from the center of the base to the vertex. The perimeter of the base is called the directrix. The lateral surface of a right circular cone is called a nap. Called a nap. A double right circular cone has two naps. The nap above the vertex is called the upper nap, and that below the vertex is called the lower nap. Also, the angle between the generator and the axis is called the vertex angle. Conic sections. If a plane intersects a double right circular cone, we get two-dimensional curves of different types. These curves are called conic sections. Depending on the angle made by the plane with the vertical axis of the cone, the plane can cut the cone in three different ways.
Please watch this plane cutting very carefully.
okay.
Two-dimensional curves of different types. These curves are called conic sections. Depending on the angle made by the plane with the vertical axis of the cone, the plane can cut the cone in three different ways. Ellipse. When the plane intersects the double right circular cone in such a way that the angle between the plane and the axis is greater than the vertex angle, we get a closed curve called an ellipse. When the plane is perpendicular to the axis, the ellipse becomes a circle. Thus, a circle is a special type of ellipse. Parabola. When the angle made by the plane to the vertical axis is exactly equal to the vertex angle, we get an open curve called a parabola at the intersecting surface of the cone. Hyperbola. The plane intersects only one nap of the double right circular cone as long as the angle between the plane and the vertical axis is greater than or equal to the vertex angle. However, if the plane intersects the vertical axis at an angle smaller than the vertex angle, the plane intersects both the naps of the cone to form an open curve called a hyperbola, which has two disjoint curves. Degenerate conics.
Okay, this is not sure. This is simple. So there are 4 conic sections: circles, ellipses, parabolas, and hyperbolas.
Yeah.
So you can refer the theory part from here. 1 minute, I'll just share the screen. You don't have to note down. You can just simply refer your PDF. I'll just tell you the important formula to be noted on. Please note on that. 1 second, I'll just go back. There is some error. Yes. So the very first one is circle. A circle is a set of all points in a plane that are equidistant from a fixed point. The equal distance from the fixed point to any point on the circle is called the radius. So you can assume this PC as the radius. In case if the PC is 2 centimeter, if I draw any line from the center to the circle, I will have all of my answer as 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter. Because
Yeah.
this equidistances. And over here, the point C is called as center.
Yeah.
And what is the general equation of the circle?
X squared, no. I think it is x squared plus y squared equals r squared.
Yeah, you can say that. But in the extended form, it's x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals 0. But this is also correct. X square plus y square is equal to radius square.
What is all the G and F? What is
Yeah.
that?
Usually you will have a center for the circle. We'll always denote the center as xy coordinates. Instead of
Yeah.
marking it as xy, you can use the alphabets h comma k. The general form of the circle is x minus h the whole square plus y minus k the whole square is equal to r square. When you assume this h comma k as 0 comma 0, imagine this is the coordinate plane.
Yeah.
And this is the radius r. Hope you are able to follow what I'm trying to say. This is your radius and this would be your circle. And you will assume this as h comma k, which is nothing but 0 comma 0. So if I substitute in that, you will be having this equation, which is x square plus y square is equal to r square. So that's what you said, isn't it? You said this
Oh.
equation. So this equation arrives when your center of the circle is 0 comma 0. What if your center of the circle is somewhere over here? Maybe 3 comma minus 3. If your center of the circle is over here, if you form a circle around this, then how will
Yeah.
you describe this equation? Okay, so for that we use this x minus h the whole square plus y minus k the whole square is equal to r square. Let's say a point like 1 comma 2 as the center of the circle. Now my value of h going to be 1 and k going to be 2. So I will have x minus 1 the whole square plus y minus k the whole square is equal to, maybe I'll assume the radius is 4. So that's going to be 4 square, which is 16. And you already know the algebraic identity, which is a minus b the whole square, which is a square plus b square minus
Yeah.
2ab. If I use this and elaborate this, I will have x square minus 2x plus 1 and y square minus 4y plus 4. If I simplify this, I will have x square plus y square minus 2x and minus 4y and minus 11 equal to 0. And you asked
Yeah.
me what is that f and g and all that. So now you can
Yeah.
correlate this. X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. So c is nothing but a constant, and 2gx means it is the coefficient of x. I mean 2g means coefficient of x, which is minus 2. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled. The value of g going to be negative 1. And you can also find the value of f, which is coefficient of y. So 2f is equal to negative 4. So f is equal to negative 4 by 2, which will give you negative 2. So the value of f is minus 2. Can you follow what is g and what is f now?
Yeah, I get it.
Yes,
I
please.
think in my like practice questions in my book I'm using to
Yeah,
learn stuff,
yeah.
they just leave it in the x minus 1
Mm-hmm.
to the power 2 instead of expanding it. But
Okay,
yeah, I get it now.
all right. Okay, I forgot to tell you one thing. I also want you to give you the general form of the Phonics section. From one formula, you'll be able to find the uh, types of Phonics sections. I thought of giving you that as well. 1 minute. Because when you appear for the competitive exam, they don't not only ask the question from the material, they'll sometimes ask the concepts around this. So I want to cover that also as much as possible.
Okay.
That too only the very important concept. Okay. So that is identifying the phonics section, basically. Please put the heading as Identifying the point section. They will give you an equation and they'll ask you to identify whether the given equation is ellipse or circle or parabola, like that. They'll ask you. Identify
Oh, okay.
what section. Let me give you a few equation. I think this is also kind of Olympiad and BitSat questions. I'll give you that.
Okay.
16 squared plus 8x5 plus 4 minus 94x negative 78y plus 212 equals to 0 and 8x squared. Please note it down simultaneously.
Okay.
For y equals to 0 and x squared plus 4x plus 2x minus 6 equals to 0. Let me write the general form of this. Ax square plus bxy plus cy square plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0. And we have to check the condition b square minus 4ac is equals to 0 or greater than 0 or lesser than 0. We have to check b square minus 4ac is equal to 0 or greater than 0 or lesser than 0. Okay. If you're getting b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then you can conclude such conic section equation as the parabola.
Yeah.
If it is greater than 0, then it is considered as hyperbola. If it is lesser than, then we need to check one more condition, that whether b is equals to 0 or not equals to 0. 1 minute, I'll write it here. You have to check whether b equals to 0 and a equals to c. If this one is true, then you can conclude the given equation as the circle. If b is not equals to 0 and a is not equals to c, then you can conclude such equation as the ellipse.
Okay.
Yeah. So now let's check. So you know what is a and what is b and what is c. The coefficient of a square is a. So a is going to be 16 for this. And I'll do the first one. If you are able to grasp it, you can try the next one. So a is 16. And what is b? The coefficient of xy is b. So b is going to be 8. And what is c? It's the coefficient of y square. So that will be 1. So I will check b square minus 4ac, which means it's 8 square minus 4ac. 8 square means it's 64. 64 minus 4 into a into c. So that will be 4 times of 16, which is also 64 into 1. So I'm getting the answer as 0. So I'll mark this answer as parabola. The answer for the first one is parabola because I'm getting 0 as the result.
Okay.
Do you understand? That's all you have.
Yeah.
Can you try the second one?
Okay, I'll try the second one. So, A is going to be A, and B is 4, and C is equal to 200, wait, 0. C is equal to 0.
I'm sorry, you're writing. Sorry, I didn't notice.
Yeah, when you type it, it comes like,
Okay. That is a little delay. Okay, no problem. You do it.
okay, and then if we substitute this
Are
in
you
B,
sure the C is 0?
well, there's no constant, there's no value
No,
with,
C is not the constant here. C is the coefficient of y square. Can you see the general form it here? A is the
oh,
coefficient of x square, B is the coefficient of xy, C is the coefficient of y square. So here you have 5y
5.
square, which means C is 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so then if we substitute that, it would be 16 minus 4, 8c, which would be 4, 8c, 432, wait, 160. So then it would be negative, so less than something
Negative means
negative.
you have to check two conditions. Whether B
And
is equal to 0 and A is equal to C. Or B is
well,
not equal to 0, A is not equal to C.
so it's an ellipse because A does not equal C and B is not 0.
Exactly. So it's an ellipse.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try the next one then.
Yes.
Okay, so then in this one, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 4, and C is equal to 1. And if you well, when you do that, it would be 16 minus 4, which would be 12. So since it's greater than 0, it must be a hyperbola.
Exactly.
And then the last one, A is equal to 3, B is equal to 6, no. Oh, B is equal to 0, and C is equal to 3.
Yeah.
And
A and C are equal.
here you can see that the answer will be negative, and B is equal to 0, and A equals C. So it's circle.
Exactly. Good, very good.
Okay.
Okay. So these are all about the identify the conic sections. Have you noted down? Shall I erase it? Or else you can
Yeah,
take a screenshot it.
I screenshotted the diagram.
Okay. You can also say ellipse is the elongated circle in sides. It looks like that. An ellipse
Yeah,
is a set of all points in a plane for which the sum of their distances from two fixed points is constant. And each fixed point is called as focus. In the plural form, you call this as foci. So in the other words, if P is any point on ellipse, and if the foci are F1 and F2, it looks like this. Like you
yeah.
have P outside of it, F1 and F2. Can you
So then,
match any real-time scenario to this diagram? Have you ever seen such diagram in your Science or any real time activity.
Yeah, I think I can. I never saw it, but I can come up with something.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's say there's Bob at F1 and Billy at F2.
Yeah.
So and they have to run to P because that's where the ice cream truck is. So if they run, no matter like the distance together would always be, it would always be the same because um well, see, if the ice cream truck was somewhere else, they would have to, like, let's say the ice cream truck was in the middle between them exactly. They would be running the exact same distance. But
Yes.
if the ice cream truck moves a little away, Billy has to run a little more, and then Bob has to run less.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good example. And can you depict solar system in this?
The solar system. Oh, yeah, that works too.
Yeah, that
See,
works. You can consider
so
its orbit as orbital itself.
yeah, and then if it's the stuff in the middle would be like, so let's say P is the planet, and then F1 and F2 are like,
Sun and the other planet.
yeah, sun and another planet or something. When you move around them, it will always be the same between, like, the sum of the two distances would be the same because
Yes. And even if
they're,
there is any changes, there will be a constantly, the distance will be constantly changing.
yeah.
That's nice. So here you will be having two lines of symmetry. One is considered as major axis. The major axis is nothing but the longer axis of the symmetry. The shorter axis of the symmetry is known as minor axis. So look at
Yeah.
this diagram. So in this, they are considering the x-axis as major axis. It seems like it has more length than the y. So they are considering this red one as the minor and the black one as the major.
Yeah.
And you will always keep the focus at the midpoint of the major axis on the minor.
Oh, so then the midpoint of the ellipse is the same distance away from F1 and F2.
Yeah. You're saying the center?
Yeah.
Yes. And you'll call the end point of the major axis as vertex.
Yeah.
You'll be able to notice here and over here. Because this is your major axis. So you will call these endpoints as the vertex. Okay, about the parabola. You said you have already learned about the parabola. Could you explain what and all you have learned? Can you recollect?
So I learned the different forms of the equation of parabolas.
Okay,
Like,
the four types.
yeah, the vertex form, the like the standard form,
Yeah.
and
I was
then
asking about this, like open upward, open rightward,
oh yeah,
leftward,
I don't
downward.
really know much about the open rightward and the open leftward, but I do know about the downward and upward ones because
Okay.
I'm kind of confused. So I have a question. So
Yes.
if a parabola opens sideways, then the only difference it would be x squared instead of y squared. And
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
so it's pretty much you just turn it around and then it's just the same thing, just
Exactly.
sideways.
Yes.
It's still a type of parabola, right?
Yes, you do have four types of parabola. That's what I'm about to say. One is open upward, The other one is open downward, the last one. And here this is open rightward, and here you have open leftward.
Yeah.
So these are the corresponding equations. Like y square is equal to 4ax. Here, this is open upward.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And
What about
so
the rest of the equation? Like, have you learned about the directrix or axis
yeah,
of
so that's
symmetry?
the thing.
Okay,
So online, I work on like these skills that for practicing like the math concepts. But
okay,
then in one of the skills, like concepts, they were like talking about directrix and focus. But
okay.
in my book, they didn't teach us about this,
Teach us
and
about it. Okay,
I just skipped those two skills because I don't
okay,
get.
okay. No problem. I'll teach you the basics, and I'll share the basic materials to be referred along with your course. I'll send you that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Um, just a second. I'll just share the very basic thing from the parabola. Like you were asking, what is the axis of symmetry and all that. Okay, like I'll take the upward one and I'll explain. All the rest of the three parabolas are going to be similar, but you will just have to flip their side, that's it. Okay,
Okay.
so let's assume this as y-axis and this as x-axis. Um, so let me take the equation. One minute, I'll just refer once. Just
Okay.
give me a second. Types of oh, I'm sorry, I think I was wrong. I'm sorry. The open upward one is x square is equal to 4ay. That's what I was wondering. Open upward one is x square is equal to 4ay. I'll show you how. For example, x square is equal to 4ay means, like, if I substitute the value of y as 1 for achieving this results, I will have to double it, for example.
This is for the open sideways.
Open upward.
Oh, I thought it was y squared.
Yeah, even I thought the same. It was wrong, I'm sorry. Actually, it's supposed to be x square is equal to 4ay, because you can write this as y is equal to x squared by 4a. So let's assume the value of a as 1. I'm just showing you the practical way of drawing the parabola. If I assume the value of a as 1, like let's assume this is the constant, and you will be left with x squared by 4. If you substitute some random values for x, let me substitute 0, -1, +1, -2, and +2. I'm just substituting some random values, positive values, negative values, and zeros also. I will be having the value of y as 0 by 4, which is 0. I'm substituting in this. If I substitute -1, I'll have 1 by 4, because the -1 will turn into positive when I do the square. Again, I'll have 1 by 4. If I substitute -2 square will be +4. +4 upon +4 will give you 1. Again, if you substitute 2, you will still have the same answer, which is 1. So if you notice, you're having the output as positive. all of your answer is in the form of positive, like 0, 0, negative 1, 1 by 4, 1, 1 by 4. So negative 2, 1, 2, 1. So if I plot this in the graph, you know this already. This is positive end, like it goes like this, like 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. And this also like 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one is like negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. This is also like negative. Yes, this is now. So 0, 0, you will have it here. Negative 1, 1 by 4 maybe here. Positive 1, 1 by 4 will be here. Negative 2, 1 somewhere here. Positive 2, 1 somewhere here. So if I substitute 4 in the x, I will have 16 by 4, which is 4, 4. Even if I substitute negative 4, I will be having negative 16 by 4. Like negative 16 will turn into positive 16. Still, I'll have positive 4. If I substitute 4, I'll have 4. If I substitute negative 4, I'll still have positive 4. So if I connect all these coordinates,
It'll
I'm
open
able to
upwards.
achieve open upward, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this equation is called open upward. I'm sorry for confusing you. Because here, y is always positive. Can you see it? 4ay, y is positive. Because you're
Yeah.
squaring the value of x. Even if you give any negative value, it will change the negative into positive because of the square function.
Yeah.
So this is open upward. In case
Okay.
if I put x square is equal to negative 4y for open downward, what do I have to do? I have to multiply everything by minus, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
you have minus here, 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 here. So it turns into negative, 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 negative. So I'll have to draw it ulta. Like over here you have 0,
It'll be
0,
downward.
negative 1, 1 by 4, negative 1, positive 1, 1 by 4, negative 2, 1, positive 2, 1, 4 and 4, 4 and 4. Like if I connect all these, I will have, I'm sorry, ignore my diagram. Like you will get the parabola.
Yeah.
Downward one. I hope you are able to follow. Now I'll write
Yeah.
it clearly. I'm very sorry for wasting your time. So this is x square is equal to 4y is open upward. This is x square is equal to negative 4ay.
Okay.
Open downward. Y square is equal to 4ax is right. Y square is equal to negative 4ax is left.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Could you please leave and join? We'll wind up the session by 5:30. Could you please leave and
Okay.
join? Thanks.